Hey, welcome back. I have something else to discuss for us here. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have been so nervous about this. I don't understand why I'm nervous. The whole time, all this time, I have been talking doing all these different characters and everything on Instagram, on Facebook, and I get to YouTube and I act like it's a whole nother relationship here, and I have to act brand new. So I have to get myself adjusted for this. So in preparation, because I was so nervous, and actually I be nervous in starting new paintings, and it's okay. But in preparation of being nervous, it makes me seek out guidance. I had this whole thing set up as far as how we eat, right? But it was like, what am I really, what's my what message am I delivering today? And do you know, it came to me as far as love. And it was like, what? This was something I hadn't planned on, but this is, okay, because I'm having to remind myself that this is not a thing, this is not like a class, and that I'm being me. And one of the best things about being me, and that I've discovered about myself anyway, and as far as all the research, is in researching love. Why wouldn't I want to talk about that? Oh my goodness. So anywho, I want to first off let you know that you are loved. I get there are some people that know me and I know them, and they're watching. And there are some people I may not even know and have no clue who I am that's watching this. But it doesn't matter. You are loved. It better helps you to know how you love you and why you love you when you better understand you. You know how you know a love, how to know that you love a thing or a person is by getting to know them. And the best way is to start off with you. Because first and foremost, you need to know that you are special. I don't care if you're identical quadruplets, because that was the highest number of children that I could think of at this time. I don't care if you all look alike. There is something significant about each and every one of you all. It is. So this is about getting to know you and your specialness, what are you about? What makes you so special? Because you definitely need to know that there is something special about you. Definitely something special. And I'm not talking about, like you have some type of disability special. And you, regardless of your physical build, your mental, your this, that, and the other, this is all about being your best self, working to get to your best self. And part of working to get to your best self, I had to take a sip of coffee. And part of working to get to your best self is knowing who you are and what you have inside of you. Because you got to understand that you have something inside of you, a gifting inside of you that no one else has. I mean, just like me, I'm a painter. There are millions of painters in the world, but I'm the only one that paints like me. I'm the only one that I am the only me. I mean, people can have stuff that looks like mine. I can make myself make my paintings look like someone else's work. But why? I'm now at a place where it's about the expression that it's coming from me, how I see the message, how I'm observing the world. This is what you have. For those who follow me on Instagram, all those stories of me every something of another day. So when I got on there talking to you and reminding you your purpose, what are you here for? What are you trying to do? We have to stay focused. So part of this, and in better understanding what your purpose is in understanding your purpose and understanding your gifting and understanding your goals, your destiny, you have to take time out to look within. And sometimes looking within, you have to look higher within. So I'm saying and looking higher within because you have the first thing that came to my mind was sex. We're all adults on here, right? So in considering sex, and sex is when you're using sex in a lustful manner, it's considered in the lower nature. I mean, our stuff is in the lower regions to help you remember it's in the lower nature. But what we want to do is that we want to not have our thinking down in the lower regions. We want to elevate it, and we want everything to be in alignment. And how you go about doing that, you first need to find out who you are. And then part of finding out who you are is studying truths of life. And it's like, okay, because I understand there are different people watching this. In reading, I will say holy writings, and also because the Bible is a holy writing. In reading the Bible, because I've read many different things in many different religions, and especially like the core religion, what is that? Judaism, I know somebody down the years are gonna correct me on that, but it's the Talmud. I just go with that. And we have the Jewish, the Christian, and the Muslim. I was trying to be politically correct, but I'm sure somebody out there that'll correct me on that. Like, yeah, but this is about the message. So in studying those and then looking at what they were saying as far as how to live life and the truths of nature, of the earth, of the universe, and how there is a system of things set up, there's also a system of things set up with us. So if we look at science and how we have the food charter, I'm having brain farts right now, so work with me and give me some time. But you have the kingdoms, phylum, this, that, and the other. And then when you go into how we eat, and we're at the pinnacle of the pinnacle of the food chain, and looking at that, humans look at us, we look at that as, well, we're the smartest, we hunt, we this, that, and the other. But the animals seem to understand the relationship with the earth and the relationship and how they go about just in nature, because it's just in them, it's in their nature. And when we look at the lower nature, we connect that with the animal nature, which on some part I understand, but on another part I feel like we're downing animals like that because that's in their nature. You choosing to be animalistic, so to speak. So in saying this and reading different things about the Bible and in learning these different truths, because the Bible isn't a religious book, it is a book about because I've been listening to my mentors, but it's a book about life, and it is showing you different stories. To me, and it's also a book about relationships, because it's also showing you how we as people relate to, let me reframe it. How we as people, how our beliefs and what we believe in and how we develop our relationship is a very crucial thing in how we're going about in life. So when you're learning about an entity that loves you, and that loves you so much, that wants to tell you, that loves you so much, that wants to be connected with you like this, and so that you can hear this voice on the inside. This is something that you're able to have a whole conversation. Remember, whoever following me on listening to this, remember that conversation I was talking about standing at the bus stop? Baby, that was nothing but God. That was a God, part of the kingdom. I'm in being a child of God. It was my child. Don't you think it would be better for you to move? So you want to start being sensitive to your inner voice, that's that inner voice that loves you, that cares about you. Because we got an inner voice inside us that don't give a poo-poo about what you're doing, because it wants to get you caught up in your desires. So you're having a battle with yourself. Now think about, because this is going back to how special you are. Think about that time when you came out your daddy's sack and it was a whole bunch of y'all and you was trying to figure out what you wanted to be. And I'm just going off with the story. I'm just making this up. But at first I saw all of those seeming as being a whole bunch of different people. But then as I came up with this love, when the love topic came to me, I actually saw that being various versions of you. And this is the version that came out the strongest. And so, whichever one that came out, it'd have been you, but it had just been a different version. But now we have manifested into this realm, and now you seeing what the version of you is, right? So now we are grown adults, and we can no longer make the excuses of our parents and why we're doing what we're doing. Do you know why? Because we can learn to do better, learn to be better, learn to be more loving. So part of that becomes, it gets with what I've discovered. The more I learned about God, the more I learned about his other creators and his creation. And so in focusing on God, it was like in focusing on this everything of love, this entirety of a thing that spoke to me directly. In focusing on that, he revealed the secrets to so much on life and so many things that I've answered, and has given me so much peace and joy. And we're going to talk about Job. I got this written down, but in the future, we got Job to talk about. But he gives such a peace and so much happiness. I cannot explain that. It's something that you will have to experience. Just like what they talk about with childbirth, just like they talk about if you jumping off a plane or something, like you gotta experience it for yourself. But this is a thing that it's like the experience is catered to you. It's not one of those things where I'm telling you how it's experienced and that's what you're expecting, and it's a whole nother. It is catered to you. That's why people cannot really tell you. Holy crap. That's why people can't really tell you the experience, because the experience, it's like, so if I'm in a relationship with you, right? Let's just say me and you, we're in a relationship, right? If I'm treating you like the relationships that I had been with in the past, and those may not have worked out, how would you, how is that allowing you room to express yourself, to be you, to be open, for me to really get to know who you are? Because I'm so busy looking at how everybody else is, and I'm just gonna make you like that. Oh, baby, it's not like that. It's not like, oh my God, I just recognize this myself. It is not like that at all. This is a thing where it's like, the chef is in the kitchen, because I like that I'm always hungry. The chef is in the kitchen and like, what's your favorite dish? Now everybody like ribs and chicken, but you want pancakes. You want some eggs, a little steak on the side, a little butter glistening off. I don't even eat the steak and eggs, but I don't know why I just had to throw that in there. So it's like, I don't really want the chicken and ribs, but them pancakes and steak and eggs looking real tasty. Chef like, oh yeah? Well, that's what I'm gonna cook up. So it's a thing where, because it's not a thing where it's just so much on what you request, but it's like the food that is gonna be served to you is gonna be so delicious, and you gonna like it so much, and it's It's no other taste like it. It's nothing like it. So I can't really tell you what you like, because you know why? This is an experience that only you can experience because it's catered just for you. So the peace thing, how I'm feeling peace may be a totally different way in how you feeling peace. But the whole thing about it is that it's peace. It's that you're receiving love. You're receiving the truth. You're understanding not only how to love God, love his creation, and also how to love yourself and others. So, and how to also deal with those things that may not be loving you, and just how to keep yourself distant from distractions and so forth and so on. That's a whole nother video. So you are loved. I'm gonna need you to change your perspective, like nobody loves you and you are loved. You have to start looking at how loved you are. There is so many things to be appreciative of. So on this day, after you listen to this video, heck, while you're listening to this video, because I was praying for you before I even got on here to deliver this message. So I'm praying and hoping that you are receiving from this, because you are loved, you are special. Don't be out here trying to be like somebody else. Do you know why? Because they already are doing and, being and doing what they need to be being and doing. You need to be being and doing what you need to be being and doing. Focus on that. There is so much of you that is such a beauty. And you need to recognize every bit of it, baby. I love you guys. Have a great day.